Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about my top 5 LGBT specific young adult novels. So these are just the top 5 that I have in my library that I've read that I really enjoyed and that I really recommend other people to read as well. Anyways, let's get on with it. So the first book that I have is Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda. I did a review after I read this book on my main channel, and I just really enjoyed it. When I first got this book, I read the back of it and I was just like, it doesn't really seem interesting. However, I was pleasantly surprised. This book was actually really good. So it's about this kid, Simon, who is secretly gay. He hasn't come out to anybody, and he starts emailing with this kid named Blue, which obviously isn't his real name. It's like it's an alias, because the kid that he's emailing also goes to his school and also isn't out yet. It's actually really cute. It's a really cute book. The main plot line of this book that it talks about on the back is that Simon accidentally leaves his email open and someone gets a hold of his emails and starts blackmailing him and is like, I know you're gay, I know you're talking to somebody, I'm gonna tell the whole school. And they have like a relatively small school. Everyone apparently knows everybody and everything. I don't even know, but it's a pretty good book. I read it a couple years ago, so my apologies if my summary isn't the best, but I loved it. I absolutely loved this book. That's why it's my #1 favorite out of all the gay books that I've read, and it isn't even the first gay book that I read. So my second book on the list is The Music of What Happens. This one I haven't really seen a whole lot of reviews or much on it. I think it's relatively newer. Yeah, so this came out last year. It's a really good book. One thing that I really loved about it is the fact that it takes place in Arizona, and I lived in Arizona at the time that I read this book, and it was pretty cool because I could read about all these places that I've been to, or I can go to the places that I read about. It was just really awesome. Like, they talk about going to the Phoenix Zoo and talking to Stigarina. It was really interesting to read about Arizona. This book is about Max and Jordan and their adventures on a food truck and working together and slowly falling in love. It's really cute. I wouldn't really say slow burn. I mean, everything happens pretty quickly. It's just Jordan is really awkward and anxious, and he thinks that Max doesn't like him, but Max does like him. He's just you know, that useless gay trope stereotype. So yeah, it's really cute. I really like it. I highly recommend it, especially if you live in Arizona, because of the details it goes into about like Arizona specifically. It takes place in Mesa, Arizona, so I should clarify, if you live in like Tucson, then you probably won't know anything that's going on here, or Flagstaff or Prescott, anything like that. But if you live in like the Phoenix area or Mesa or Tempe, anything like that, then you'll enjoy this book, probably, maybe. My cat wants attention. Look at that face. Okay, so book number 3 on the list is Georgia Peaches and Other Forbidden Fruit. I really enjoyed this book. It's about this girl, Jo, aka Joanna, who, her dad is a priest, and he moves them from their liberal town, I think they live in Atlanta, and he moves them from Atlanta to the more like conservative southern area of Georgia, and he asks Joanna to go back in the closet basically, and she has to because she loves her dad and she just wants him to be happy, and she's like, okay, fine, whatever, like it's only temporary because obviously she's not gonna live with her dad forever. But anyway, so it takes place in this conservative Georgia town where Joanna has to pretend to be straight. And they're really big in the church because obviously her dad is a priest or a pastor or whatever it's called in their religion, I don't know. And while going to church, she meets this girl that she ends up falling for. And it's really cute to see their secret adventures of being in the closet and in love, and it's just a really cute book. I highly recommend it, especially if you like cutesy stories about like, you know, flirtations and stuff like that. It's also really interesting because Joanna was forced back into the closet, so we have to see like how she handles that, like being back in the closet when she was literally openly gay. Everybody knew she was gay back in her hometown, and It's just a really good book. I just really recommend it. It made my heart happy, if that gives anything, because you know when you read a good book and your heart gets happy. Yeah. Book number 4, I don't have the physical copy anymore because I let my friend borrow it and she never returned it. But it's Leah on the Offbeat. It's the sequel. It's the sequel kind of to Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda. It takes place in the same universe, same school, everything. It's Simon's best friend Leah, which is kind of, I guess, kind of a spoiler if you haven't read Simon versus Homo Sapiens Agenda. But Simon's best friend Leah is bi, and so her book, Leah on the Offbeat, is basically about her. She's in the closet, but she knows she's bi. Like, it's not a secret to her. It's not a secret to her mom. She just hasn't told any of her friends. But she has a huge crush on one of her best friends. Well, I guess they're not really friends. They're kind of like frenemies. But she has a huge crush on her, and that's why they're frenemies. Because it's like, oh, she can never know that I like her. And it's just really cute. And what I thought was really interesting, actually, is that in the Love, Simon movie, people totally, like, were like, okay, it's clear that she has a crush on this girl. Like, in the movie. And then in the book, like, she actually does. So it's really interesting. And it's just, like, her coming to terms with, like, telling her friends, coming out to them, and just being true to herself. And she's also a drummer, so that's really cool. It has, like, her band and everything, and it's just a really good book, especially if you enjoyed Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda. I highly recommend checking out Leah on the Offbeat. I really enjoyed it. Recently, before I gave the book away, I was, like, going through it just to see, because I highlight in my books, I highlight, like, my favorite parts. So I was just going through to see all the highlighted parts, and I caught myself, I was like, oh my god, this is so fucking cute. Like, it's such a good book, and it's so cute. So if you like cute, like, love story type books, it's a really good book. I highly recommend. It has a really cute ending. I really like towards the end when everything kind of comes together, and it's like, you know, the last bit. It's really nice. Love it. Okay. And then the last book on the list is The Miseducation of Cameron Post. This book was really good. It was kind of hard for me to get through. Like, there were parts where I blew through it and parts where I, like, didn't really blow through it. It, like, took longer. But all in all, I really enjoyed it. First, I want to preface this by saying that the movie did come out, and Chloe Grace Moretz plays Cameron, but the movie kind of blew through everything. Like, it was a really fast movie, in my opinion, and it didn't give this book a whole lot of credit. It just went like, that's it. Like, there was, like, nothing important, I guess. The movie was kind of, I don't know. I was kind of disappointed by the movie. It's a good movie, but compared to the book, you know how movies go. Okay, so The Miseducation of Cameron Post is about this girl who has a crush on her best friend, and they're kind of like gay together, and she's gay, obviously. And she never tells her parents, who die in a car crash, and during the car crash, she is kissing her best friend. It's nice that her parents died in a car crash, I guess, because on the back it says that she's relieved, because she never has to tell them that she's gay. But it's also not nice, because then she gets to be taken care of by her homophobic aunt. So then her best friend moves away, and she grows up, whatever. And then this new girl moves to town, and she's, like, it says, the perfect cowgirl with the perfect boyfriend. So that kind of gives you, like, an idea. She's, like, homecoming queen type person. And Cameron ends up having, like, a little thing with her, but then they get caught, and it's a big old mess, and Cameron ends up getting sent to conversion therapy. So it is a bit explicit. There is just a trigger warning for chapter 18 for self-harm. But yeah, it's a pretty good book. So Cameron ends up in conversion therapy because of her homophobic aunt. And yeah, it's basically, this whole book is basically just her in conversion therapy, how she handles it, her experience, and trying to come to terms with, like, her identity, who she is, and how other people react to that. But it's a pretty good book, very deep, very insightful. I enjoyed it. All very good, very great books. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to me. Leave me some recommendations down below in the comments, and I also will attach my Love Simon book review and my Goodreads in the description box below. Also, subscribe to my girlfriend. She also has a booktube channel at Rose K Reads. I'll put a link in the description box below. I hope you guys have a good one, and I will catch you guys next time. Bye!